Welcome, my name is Kat, this is my channel Kat Canso, and this is my 4th episode of Flosstube. I'm on Instagram under Kat Canso, and I'm getting better at posting. Thank you for everybody who has liked, subscribed, commented, shared. I haven't checked my comments in a couple of days, but I appreciate every single one of you. To any new followers, I hope you like what you see and stick around. This should be short and sweet. It's been a pretty chill week. I've just done a lot of stitching, but mostly on one project. And I did a few things during the week. Went to the Hollywood Bowl last night and saw Beach Boys. This is only the third time I've ever been to the bowl. And I really like it. It's a really cool outdoor venue. Makes me miss the Sydney Myer Music Bowl in Melbourne. Though Sydney Myer Music Bowl is mostly just lawn, and this is all bench seating, which is slightly nicer than just sitting on a blanket and hoping the people in front of you aren't obnoxious. I got a lot of stitching done. LA has finally decided that summer is a thing, and we've had some days up in the high 80s, low 90s. Anybody not using Fahrenheit, 30s, low to mid 30s. But considering we've barely been hitting 25, this has been a nice change. I got to go sit by the pool, get some stitching done. Just a bunch of people up there doing reading, getting some sun on their phones, whatever. Couple groups of people come up and just chat it outside. It's been really nice to do that. Hoping to get up there and do that again during the week. Mostly I've just been doing Frogwarts prep. So for anybody who is new, Frogwarts is a virtual retreat done by Black Needle Society. The boxes went on sale early in the year, and we are now at the pointy end. The retreat starts in a week and a half, and we had our official start for the 2-week challenge of getting the project done within 2 weeks yesterday. It looks like we're going to have a really good number of people involved this year. They've just released our teams, and there's a lot of names on there. You're Ravenclaw. I'm jumping in the deep end here. I love it. I'm doing everything I can to try and get points. So I have a bunch of projects I'm trying to get finishes for, and making sure I have projects for getting all of the challenge prompts. So basically everything you're going to see today, with the exception of one project, is stuff I'm working on for that. I guess this is the other part I keep forgetting to do. Stitching term of the week. So this week is going to be frogging, because I'm going to talk about that a lot. Frogging is removing stitches. For whatever reason you miscounted, you used the wrong color. It is known as frogging because you rip it. Which, you say that enough, it sounds like ribbit. I just love somebody came up with that, and it's now everywhere I come across cross stitching, people use that term, and no idea where it started. Probably started on a bulletin board somewhere, and it's cool. I did a lot of that this week. I have a project in timeout because of this week. Though in saying that, I will have to probably pull it out later in the week. It's so close to being to my Frogwarts finish for it. I just want to get it a little bit closer. So let's go into my projects. I've only got 5 this week, but as I said, one of them I did a lot of stitches on. All up, I had a pretty chill stitching week. I had a couple of days where or a day and a half where I didn't stitch. My sleeping pattern is completely wrecked from my back being out, and not doing much. As such, I think I didn't stitch from like 9 a.m. one day to like midnight, 11 p.m. the following day. So I didn't have a day where I didn't stitch, but I had a day where I didn't stitch. So let's try to do these in order that I worked on them. First up is Ink Circles Celtic Knot. I will also try posting a better image that is not water damaged. So close to finishing, I'm not bothering reprinting it. So this is in a Black Angel Society Love You More bag from the Mermaids, Dragons, Unicorns box from a couple of years ago. This is stitched on 28 count Hella opalescent, sparkly, in Easter Parade, which is a custom die I did. That was my very first floss of the month. So that's where I'm up to. As you can see, because this repeats on both sides, I just have this teeny tiny bit to go. Got 285 stitches. I did 188 stitches on it, which was not quite 2 lengths. I think I had a length already started. I finished that one off and completed another one, and then picked up. I was missing this bar here. I think I'd had to frog it, so it was in the wrong spot. So I had to restitch that there. I must have had to frog it because the way the colour works. I think it was 1 stitch too low. But because it is symmetrical, I am trying to keep everything in the right spot. And it's a little harder to fudge it. Next up is the koala cards. Here is a photo of the 4 of them. This is out of the World of Cross Stitching magazine. I do not know the issue. I didn't notate that, and it's not written on the information I have. Yeah, I don't have that. This is the one I am working on. They're all mamas and babies, and I love them. So I got what, about 5% on this. My numbers for this are for all 4. So I've actually finished 4 colors on this one of the 4 designs. So all of the half stitching on this is done, which is those big leaves that are completed, and I have finished the dark green for the other leaves. This is stitched on 28 count Evergreen Dew. Again, Live and Die LA, Lagana, with the, sorry, it's not very big. It's only 58 by 58. My square is 60 by 60 because it's easy to count that. And I also put this on the floss drops. So lots of browns and greens. Some of the colours are only used for either half stitching or back stitching. And these are Adam Hart floss drops. I do think I prefer these ones to the heart design ones. They're just not quite so bulky. And this is a Stitch or Stitching Toolbox off Etsy bag. Next up is Sea Turtle by Pinecone McGee. This is stitched on Smack the Jellyfish by Live and Die LA in just DMC. It actually calls for a blue, but I thought the black worked better on the fabric. These are Ginger Stitch AU needle minders. So I should have been posting the where I was at on all of these, even though I haven't been saying it, and the picture. So this is, I did over 2,000 stitches on this. I'm going to say I actually stitched about 2,500 stitches, but my stitch count went up, of completion went up 2241, but I did a lot of frogging on this. It's symmetrical, so I couldn't fudge it, but this leg here is why it's currently in timeout. I took it with me to Last Land Stitches meetup on Saturday, which is the Studio City meetup of Southern California Stitches. But I only have 39 more stitches than I did when I went in, because I had to frog this like twice. I put out 80 stitches and then I put out like another 40. But we're nearly there. This, as you can see from the image, just comes down, and then we've got a little bit more on the bottom of the legs. So we're nearly there. I've got about 500 stitches to go. It's at 88%, but it's only like 4,400. I did get like 50%, 45% done this week with that 2,200. So I'm really happy with this, even though right now I'm mad at it. Saturday was the first, so I pulled out Death by Cross Stitch from Long Dog Samplers. This is stitched on Live and Die LA 32 count on thin ice. It is a little darker than normal on thin ice, but I got another 455 stitches in. We're getting there. So this is the end of page 1, so I'm officially, this band is done across page 1, and this is the bottom of the page. So I'm not sure if I'm going to just keep trying to complete the element, or whether I'm like, no, I want to do something that's not this band. This band doesn't work in a logical pattern. I worked out a kind of logical pattern to make it work, but I basically do the top, which includes these ones, and then the bottom, which includes these ones. So, and this one here is different. It is pattern different. It is the only one that is pattern different. I didn't follow the pattern. I had to frog it and redo that stitch. But otherwise, I've got one more length on this side that'll go down. One length of each of these will go down. And I will start. This is the section with the unicorn. This was that's stitched in Sentinel by Live Die LA. That was a recent color release. It was inspired by Athena Stitching Goddess Design, who also works on it on the first. It becomes a really good palette cleanser because I try to change my focus piece for the month. Last month I didn't really have one. This month is going to be Frogwarts, and then I'm not sure what it will be after Frogwarts, and then I'll go back into my ladies. But she did the unicorn section in diagonals. And I searched on Instagram trying to work out which way I want to do it. And I really like the way it sits in the diagonal. But she's the only one who's done it that way. So I'm tempted. But I also feel like I'm like playing copy. But I just really like the way it sits. It is a diagonal corner, which I think is why I like the way that it sits there. I am kind of playing with colour a little bit on this one. It's going to take me forever to do. I may as well appreciate and enjoy the stitch. So I may do a length, see how I like the way the colours are breaking up, because they're fairly short colour lengths. They're only about 4 or 5 inches. And make a decision from there. That'll probably get started next month, as that's the section I'm up to. My last project that I worked on is, surprise, surprise, Frogwarts Year 4, because that was our start yesterday. This is going to be my main progress piece for the next 2 weeks, with hopefully a finish. Not next week, but the following week. I should have 6 finishes in that video, which will be real nice. Providing I get this done. I don't have a hard copy of this, so here is the project we're working on, and here is my start. So I got 2 elements done, so they are stitched in each while, so they got a little bit of sparkle. And then I got the first length in on the words. There are a lot of words on this, so my aim is to do 1 length of thread for the 1/1 words after each motive. I think there's like 17 or something. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's a few. But that way it'll just slowly build up across the bottom. I'm aiming to get all the motives and the words completed before the Frogwarts event, because the band sampler, and I'm hoping the maze will stitch up pretty quickly during challenges, especially on the band sampler, having the maze especially having done all the motives. So I would mostly just be working between sections. I really stitched up super quick. I had a bit of an issue. I can't find my needles. I have a tube of 26 petites, which are my favorite needle, and of course you can't get petites anymore. That are somewhere. But do you think I can find them? So I spent about an hour yesterday looking for those, because I like this project because of the way I stitch it. I like pre-threading per motif, and then for the challenges I like having a couple of lengths ready to go, just to help make it a little quicker to stitch. I'm, as I said, jumping in the deep end, trying to get all the finishing done. We get 100 points for finishing the band sampler. We can get up to 40 points on finishes, and I think I've worked it out that with everything I'm working on is 32, so I won't get, no, is 42, so I won't get a couple of points on one of them, but I didn't have another project that would fit in. I do have another new start. This is 28 Count Lagana French Vanilla Mistake by Linda LA, and I'm using mostly the code for overdyes, Class Colorworks and Gentle Arts, plus some DMC, plus the DMC Etoile. Doing all the crazy things, because why not? I really like being on the chats for this, so I may try to do a come stitch with me in the next couple of weeks. So any questions, put them in the comments. It'll probably be after Frogwarts, just due to the fact that it's insane stitching till then. Yeah, but basically this week will be a little bit more on my turtle, a ton more on Frogwarts Year 4, and hopefully starting Royal Games. I actually kitted everything this week. Well, I didn't kit everything. I have kitted Royal Games and the Koala Project on 2 Flosstubes. So the Koala Project is using the Adam Hart Flosstubes, who are releasing some new ones, so I may have to order those. So far I only have these color in this style. It looks really messy, but I promise it's organized. So just, just greens and stuff. I also kitted Raw Games using the Ginger Stitch AU ones that I got last week. My Ginger Stitch AU order, I literally got the text message telling me it had been dropped into our complex has Amazon lockers that had been delivered to there about 15 minutes after I finished recording. So I went and collected those later in the evening. I have my new order as well, so these are the only haul that I have this week. Sorry for the jingle jangles. So I got Ginger Stitch AU had a 10% off for Zane's birthday, who is one of the people who run it. So I just got 2 more needle binders. So just 1 more stitch and the painted cherry blossoms. I really don't need more needle binders. It doesn't stop me ordering them, but I don't need more. And then I got 3 more sets of Flosstubes. Some of these were used for Royal Games. Royal Games has a lot of colours due to the fact it is basically 2 complete colour palettes, because you have Queen of Hearts at the top and Queen of Spades at the base. So I used some of these, which is rose gold, real pretty pink on black. I also got, so I watched how to pronounce this 3 times and now cannot remember. Kintsugi. So that Japanese bending technique so it's got like gold through the black and the white, and power, which is that I'm going to say, I know it being New Zealand, but it's probably just Pacific Islands in general have this stone. I think I have a necklace of it that somebody got for me from New Zealand when I was much younger. But again, it's that gorgeous green, pink, purple, yellow kind of iridescent color tone. So I think I now have all of those. I have these Quantum Fire and Quantum Realm and Crystal Fire, which is Crystal Fire is this one. So very similar colorways, but they are so different. So yeah, I do have some diamond painting kits that have been delivered, but I haven't gone out and picked them up yet. Though they probably won't now get started until after Frogwarts. I'm just getting a little bit bored with doing so much cross stitch. I'm looking forward to getting back to work. But still looking about a month and a half on that. Even last night, I was really struggling with the walking, so I keep thinking, I can probably get back to work early, and then I'll do something. I'm like, no, that's a terrible idea. So yeah, it's been a good week. Hope everybody's stitching weeks have been good. We're not doing anything for the 4th here. at this stage. Could change in the next 24 hours. So I'm probably going to just sit and stitch. I may go out and stitch with my husband and we'll watch some American movie of some description. We'll see what's on TCM. But have a good week. Enjoy your day off if you get it. For the rest of the world, have a good week. And I will see you all next week. Ciao.